In a week and a half, I'll be on my way to Tokyo. And if you guys aren't excited enough, remember, we have hype, not only from Toyota, of course, the largest automaker in the world. They are going to be the showcase of the show. All right. But them expanding with a coupe in their flagship luxury line Century. Century is a direct rival, or they want it to be a direct global rival to Rolls-Royce, Bentley, that sort of thing. We have a 6x6 minivan that could be called the LS. What the heck? I still don't know what to think about that. And then we have the new Corolla right here. And I will give you hands-on coverage of all that. And then Mazda said, hey, don't forget about us. We have a new coupe coming. This is not the right website. I'll put it on the screen for you guys. We have a coupe, a four-door coupe liftback sort of thing. Who knows what it's going to look like? It's very conceptualized. Honda is going to be at the Japan Mobility Show showing off rockets. Some people are hypothesizing a Prelude Type R. Don't get your hopes up. It might be a little too early to say like Prelude Type R before it even launches in America. But Preludes will be there. On this N1E electric, the newly released in Japan CB1000 F and FSE. I can't wait for those and sit on those bikes. I'd love to have that. I'm sure they're going to come to America. Man, they look awesome. And Honda has a new small EV going to be revealed there, which many of you guys are not going to be that excited about. All right. We finally have Subaru's answer. Subaru says, hey, we are going to have a cool booth and look at these new concepts. I'm going to get into these concepts here in a little bit. I'll tell you my thoughts. But before we do, remember, at the end of June, reports out of Japan were saying, hey, WRX, maybe STI, is coming back as a wagon, or a hatchback, I should say, not true wagon like a Lavorg. But look at this teaser image that we had, a wide body, looks insane, looks really, really good. All right, we had another image right here. Looks a little cross-tracky from this angle. Again, Crosstrek and Impreza are very much the same vehicle for all intents and purposes, just a little bit different ride clearance, different styling. All right, and yeah, so we knew it was coming, at least from the reports in Japan, but we're going to go back to the booth here. What do we have? Well, maybe some wilderness models over here, maybe another one in the back. I mean, who cares, right? We are the new Outback, for example, is going to be there. This looks like a Forester. It's hard to tell. I mean, the image quality is not good, but you have these two like sports car looking things. What the heck? Like this looks like a muscle car in the back, and I mean, maybe it's the same like placeholder render thing, but like, what the heck is this? And look, they have an old heritage Subaru back there as well. So it's like, what? You know, 2 years ago, Japan Mobility Show, they showed a fully electric coupe. Where are we at now? We have the world premiere of 2 STI concept models. Can I get an A freaking men? About time. Just when we thought you could put a fork and knife in Subaru, they're never going to have anything fun ever again. The closest thing would be maybe the new Trail Seeker wagon with a ton of power, fast 0 to 60, but it's fully electric. All right, but it's not necessarily for the enthusiast crowd. All right, so now, oh man, can you imagine a 1-2 punch? You have the STI for your weekend, so your weekend warrior, and then your daily car could be like that Subaru Trail Seeker. I'd rather have the BZ Woodland. I think it looks better, but you know what I mean. It would be cool. So we have these 2 models here. Let's see here. Are they say anything about it? It looks like there will be a press conference. There is a live stream. Is there a placeholder image for the live stream? No, it's a generic link to their YouTube page. Okay. Do we have another web page for their landing site for the mobility show? Looks like it. Okay, pretty sweet. On our website, there's going to be a live stream here as well. A schedule, all right, their booth, where they're at, in the whole shebang at the Tokyo Big Site. This is helpful. Okay, this lets me know where they're at. All right, cool, very good. And we get to what we've been waiting for. All right, world premiere of 2 performance vehicles. Performance E STI concept, world premiere, and Performance B. Okay, I know what that stands for, STI concept, world premiere. All right, so let's look at this image first. Before I even read into it, and I haven't read into it, I'm sharing this firsthand with you guys. This was in Japan. What was it, February? No, that was Osaka. I believe this was in January 2022. Yeah, Tokyo Auto Salon. And this was like holy balls. They're going all out with STI fully electric. And they want it to be it was electric record attempt concept. That's what ERA stands for, not earned run average or whatever, like that baseball term. Amazing, right? This is a car I'd love to drive on track. That's what it's built for. Super, super cool. All right. 1,000 horsepower quad motor, that sort of thing, in collaboration with Yamaha. But if we go back to the page, this is actually not that vehicle. I thought it would be. I mean, this is not the same thing whatsoever. This is definitely like the concept, and maybe just to test out technology. This doesn't have any of that crazy sports car like shell on top of it. This looks like a real electric coupe that would make it to market for the masses. And I say coupe, I don't know for sure. It looks like a coupe. I just see one door line here. I don't know for sure. And if we go to the overarching image again, it looks like a coupe. But again, it's just placeholder. So we go back to the image. We have real slim lights, daytime running light up top, STI down here, some cool looking wheels. Again, we'll have more, and I'll give you hands-on coverage of this in just a couple weeks or less than a couple weeks. A battery electric vehicle concept model that represents the future of the performance scene, spearheading Subaru's new generation. This combines thrilling aesthetic proportions with outstanding aerodynamics and practicality. Practicality? Could this be a four-door liftback? When I hear practicality, I don't think two-door coupe at all. Unless it's a three-door, which is a little bit more practical than, kind of like a Prelude sort of thing. All right, they piqued my interest with practicality. Could this be like a Taycan sort of thing, but for pennies on the dollar compared to what a Taycan costs? We shall see. With a design that evokes the brand's heritage while providing a driver-friendly layout and a comfortable, spacious interior. Spacious interior doesn't sound like a coupe, does it? Incorporating various innovative technologies, this concept model offers intuitive, exhilarating driving experiences. Now, when we're looking at concepts, just like the Corolla concept from Toyota that was teased a couple of days ago, where in the world, I guess it'll be more evident when this is revealed and I'm standing right next to it, maybe sitting in this vehicle, it'll become more evident of how conceptualized it is. Is this just going to be a far out concept that would never make the market, or is it close to production ready? That's what I'm wondering. Okay, so let's get into the new one. So Performance E for electric, Performance B for boxer engine. This is internal combustion. Look at the hood scoop. We have a red line here, like Hyundai N. Maybe, you look at the STI lettering. It's always been in red. Yes, Abe? You're going to go to the chickens? All right, Performance B STI concept. B for boxer engine. It has to be, no pun intended. All right, a concept model representing Subaru's performance scene. Okay, with an internal combustion engine base. The design achieves a balance of advanced performance with practicality. By flexibly incorporating the assets Subaru has honed over many years, including horizontally opposed engine and symmetrical all-wheel drive, this model expands the range of options to deliver the Subaru difference, offering more customers the chance to experience the joy of driving. There's nothing to latch onto here. Let me open this in a new window. This looks way sicker, but this is probably much more heavily conceptualized, this EV. All right, again, let's take a look at what Best Car was saying with this design. Ooh, okay. So they got, hood scoop, that's classic. But you know what they also got, right? This side vent as well. You see this vented hood here next to the hood scoop? Best Car got that right. Now, Best Car did not get this red line. Okay, maybe, and maybe not this is, you have seen more angles here on this grill. This could be more angular with less lines. Okay. Very interesting. We don't have an idea of the Subaru badge here. And also, the hood scoop might be blacked out with a decal or something. All right, look at the wide body. The wide body is almost perfectly nailed here with the black overarches with the wide fender on top of it. Wow, best car might be onto something here. Okay, let's go ahead and remember that we don't get the Impreza like sedan anymore. We only get Impreza hatchback. Okay, so this has to be a hatchback here, and it's going to look. I'm going to go on a limb, and it's going to say. I'm going to say it's going to look very similar to this. We'll have a wing on the back. We have the wide body, and this is what we have been kind of waiting for. Honestly, this is going to be really, really cool. And I think Best Car's got, this is maybe not quite as angular as what we see here. This might be a little bit more wider and blockier. Time will tell. But they got some of it right here. And we'll see what the back end looks like, of course, when time comes. But I think that a wing is a given that it's an STI. Wow. Can we get excited for this? I mean, powertrain-wise, this is where I'm a little hesitant to get excited. Okay, boxer engine. Well, they have a 2.4 liter boxer engine. We see a naturally aspirated of it in the BRZ, but we see turbocharged versions in the WRX already. Are they going to, if it's an STI, they have to get more boost out of it, more horsepower, more torque. Didn't the old STIs have a little over 300 horsepower? Yeah, 310. I almost said 311, but 310 here with 290 pound-feet. Okay, they have to match this or exceed it. If not, that would be a fail. Match or exceed, 6-speed manual only. Well, that's probably true for an STI. Okay, if they don't, here's the thing. It's like, are we once again going to have STI alongside of WRX? And if they are going to coexist once again, how will they be differentiated? All right, that is the big question. Is there going to be hybridization involved? And that's what, it doesn't say hybridization. It just says an internal combustion base. When I think that, I'm like, that kind of leads the door open for potential hybridization. It can be done. We know Subaru has hybridized stuff. Can they put a manual transmission in with the hybrid? We sure as heck don't want an ECVT STI. That is blasphemy. I'll see you guys in the comments. We're just like a week and a half away from what Subaru is going to reveal. I'll be able to bring you hands-on coverage. I'm heading back to Japan. I'll meet up with David Chow from Automotive Press over there, and we'll try to tackle what Subaru has going on. Okay. Oh, I almost thought this was a Baja for a second. Wow. Right? If you cut off this part and extend it, we're talking about Baja's back, baby. I wish. It's crazy that Subaru does not have a pickup truck for America. I think that is bonkers when you're an off-road brand. Am I wrong? No, I'm not wrong. Subaru would rather, bring back STI, and I'm okay with that because STI is a far more prestigious and historically filled brand moniker than like Brat or Subaru Baja. But I can't wait for both of these cars. I mean, this looks sharp as heck. Maybe a little bit too Tesla or something up front for some of you guys, or maybe you don't want anything to do with electric. I get it. I totally get it. Okay. The last thing I was going to say is that, is this going to be Subaru's only like in-house EV here? And the answer is, well, there's a good chance, being that it's STI. But I want to pull up something that I think could be a sister vehicle to this. This is a Lexus Sport concept, debuted, and this will be at the Japan Mobility Show. I mean, if it's not, that's a huge fail to bring this concept in at Monterey Car Week and then to leave it out of the Japan Mobility Show would be bonkers. This would be its first reveal in Japan. And as we look at the images, I very well think that this could be the twin to that Subaru STI concept. Does that mean it could be built on the same assembly line? Of course it could. Will it? I don't know. Toyota has high standards for Lexus. Don't get me wrong. Like, let me pull up that image again, right? Okay, there's not enough information here to kind of conclude that this would be a similar concept to the Lexus. But we know Toyota and Subaru share a boatload on their EVs. The CHR and the Uncharted, it takes me a while to remember the Uncharted name. I just think of the PlayStation video game. So we have the Uncharted and the CHR copies of each other. BRZ86, right? That's gas. It's different. But you have also the Solterra and the BZ, formerly known as the 4X. And then you have the Trail Seeker and the new BZ Woodland. It would make sense to reuse these high output motors that this Lexus concept is getting and to let Subaru have some fun with it. I think most of you would agree with that. How cool would it be to have Subaru taking like the world by storm with this EV, saying, hey, we're going to bring it to market. And it would share the same motors, the same battery technology as this Lexus coupe. It would make sense. They already share motors and EVs. Why not spread the wealth, Lexus? I'm okay with it. Does it cheapen the Lexus brand by having an equally capable STI concept or coupe or whatever it's going to be? And the answer is no, because here's the thing. The Lexus is a coupe. We know that 100%. Look at it. It's just a two-seater. This could use the exact same motors, but be a four-door liftback sort of thing. That would be insane. People lose their minds. And you might be saying, Kirk, that's what the new IS should be. If it's going to electric, give us sedan or liftback or something, all right? Well, maybe Subaru beats the Lexus counterpart to this to the market. I'm not saying these are carbon copies of each other. I'm saying that they could absolutely be using the same inverters, the same e-axles, and potentially the exact same battery size as well. It gets me excited because, well, if you're a Subaru fan, then this is what you've been waiting for. Or not only do you have one STI concept, you have two. This one for sure is coming to market. This one, let's keep our fingers crossed. The more STIs, the better. Okay, not and don't joke around like sexually transmitted infection. All right, that's super. It used to be STD. Okay, now STI is kind of taken over, and unfortunately for Subaru, that has not aged well for them. STI meaning Subaru Technica International, not what I previously mentioned. But I got to shut it down. Thank you guys. Stay tuned. Again, a week and a half. The wait will be over. We're going to have all these reveals from these Japanese manufacturers all within the same day, and it's just going to be content overload. Wow, cannot wait. Thank you guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Long live STI. Peace.